Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
I'm a hot babe out jogging. I'm out making sure this stays a 10 when you drive by. You're checking out my awesome headband when... Oops. That's when you find out your cut rate insurance, it ain't paying for this. So get Allstate. Save cash and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands? Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Hello. All right. Hello, this is Zach Roseman providing you with a halftime update from the 16th game of the 35th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. The Granite City Warriors lead the Decatur MacArthur Generals 28-23. And we do not have halftime stats as of right now. But, Belleville East beat O'Fallon 49-43 in the consolation semifinal. So it will be the Lancers going up against the Quincy Blue Devils tomorrow afternoon in the consolation championship game. We will still have all of the games for you tomorrow. The 7th place game will be between Edwardsville and the loser of the game going on right now. The 5th place game at 1:30 between East St. Louis and the winner of this game. Consolation championship game, as I already mentioned. And then we will take a break. And then our 3rd place game between the Rockford East E-Rabs and the Lincoln Rail Splitters at 6 o'clock. And then our Collinsville Kahawks will take on the Springfield Southeast Spartans at 7:30. I will provide my opinion as to some of the all-tournament people. My opinion, I think that Terrion Murdix is probably your MVP, even if the Spartans do lose tomorrow night. Rayshawn Taylor will probably make it. Marshall Harrison might. Sincere Parker and Chris Burnell from Rockford East probably both will. Froby from Lincoln is probably going to make it. Terrence Hargrove. Possibly Malik Robinson from Edwardsville, and probably a couple other people that I'm not thinking of. Here we go. Now we have stats. Your leading scorer for Granite City is Devontae Mason and Jaquez Tippett. Both have 5. Christian Jones and Keon White both have 4. Zidane Moore and James Brody both have 3. And Justin Wiley and Freddie Edwards both have 2. For Decatur MacArthur, your leading scorer is Keon Jones with 5 points. That's another guy who will probably make the all-tournament team. Caden Lowry has 4 points. And Tiandre Woodland, Kari Talaferro, and Quay Smith and Deion Jackson all have 3. And AJ Lawson has 2. Granite City were 9 of 25. Decatur MacArthur were 9 of 21. From the three-point line, Granite City shot exactly 25%, 2 of 8. Whereas Decatur MacArthur were 5 of 12, which is a little under 42%. Free throws, Granite City were 8 of 11, and Decatur MacArthur were 0 of 4. Decatur MacArthur has 11. Sorry about that. Decatur MacArthur had 11 turnovers. Granite City had 7. The largest lead as of right now for the entire game has been Granite City led by 8 at one point. Granite City is winning the rebounding battle 16-15. That is about all the information we have for you. We're going to take a break, and we will be back and Todd Duke will be back for the second half of this game. We will see you all later.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahoks Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200.
And we welcome you back here to a Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Todd Duke back with you. Sorry about no audio in the first half. And a big thank you to Zach Roseman for filling in my absence and filling in for halftime as well. 28-23, Warriors have the lead here in this one. And the shot goes in for Caden Lowry, and he will head to the free throw line for another. Over in the auxiliary gym, Hansberry Prep out of Chicago playing Madison right now, and that game is in the third quarter. Madison up 52-21. The final two games here tonight in the auxiliary gym and here on this floor. Lowry with the free throw shot, makes it, and the Generals are back to within 2 of the Granite City Warriors. Here is Zidane Moore. Zidane Moore brings the ball on up and gets it into the hands of Tippett. Back out to the other way we go, and underneath the basket, turnaround shot taken, and too hard off the other side. That was Keon White that took that shot, and the rebound belongs to Decatur MacArthur, and then it doesn't because a foul was called against Keon Jones down at the other end. 28-26, 7:22 left here in this third quarter. The winner of this game will move on to take on East St. Louis in the 5th place game tomorrow, and the loser will drop down into the 7th place game against Edwardsville. Here is Talaferro over on the far side, and then he gets it right back from Woodland, and then over on the near, make that the near side sideline, and then the ball ends up being knocked out of bounds by Granite City, so the Generals will keep. Matchups are already set for the championship game between southeast of Springfield and Collinsville, a rematch of last year's championship. And then the 3rd place game will have Rockford East versus Lincoln. Those two teams lost their semifinals today. Rockford East lost to Springfield Southeast 85-63, and Collinsville handed Lincoln a 40-34 loss. So we'll have that game on the air for you tomorrow. First game on the air will be the noon game between Edwardsville and the loser of this contest. Second game will be at 1:30 between East St. Louis and the winner of this contest. Consolation Championship is also set. That will be Quincy versus Belleville East. We'll have that game for you at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Then the 6 o'clock game for 3rd place, and then, of course, the 7:30 game for the championship. Up at the free throw line, it is Zidane Moore. His team leading right now, 29-26. Moore hits it. Generals come back down. Trailing by 4. And through the lane, shot good for A.J. Lawson. Here's a 3-point shot coming from the far side wing. That one rattles but will not fall. And the rebound belongs to Keon Jones for Decatur MacArthur. He brings it up over on the left wing, spins, puts it into the corner. Talaferro with a 3-point shot. That's good. And the Generals have taken the lead, 31-30 over the Warriors. Back the other way we come. Granite City with the ball, and count the bucket and the bruise. Keon Jones picks his second personal foul. It is the second team foul here in the second half for the Generals. And a free throw shot, good for Keon White. 5:50 left to play here in this third quarter. Tight matchup here. This is for a chance to fight for that 5th place trophy tomorrow. And a traveling call, gonna go against Keon Jones. I believe that he took off and forgot to dribble the ball. .542 left to play here in this third quarter. Here come the Warriors. A 3-point shot coming from White. That's good. And the Warriors jump back out to a 36-31 lead. Decatur MacArthur drives in. Shot, no good. Rebound. That belongs to Keon White for Granite City. Here comes the Dane Moore. And Moore floats and drops it in. Warriors now up 37-31. Coming up on 5 minutes to play here in this third quarter. With the ball, Keon Jones now into the corner for Talaferro. Talaferro, a cross-court pass that was way over the head there of A.J. Lawson and out of bounds. And a turnover by the Generals will put the ball back into the hands of Granite City. A brief 1-point lead for the Generals, or excuse me, the Generals at 31-30. And then the next 7 points belong to the Warriors. Inbound pass will come in from Freddie Edwards. Edwards all the way across the way to Christian Jones. Back to Freddie Edwards into the corner. Moore, three-point shot blocked. That'll go out of bounds, and Granite City will retain possession underneath of their own basket. Out to midcourt. Moore. Over on the far side. Gets it to Mason. And back to Moore. A underhand shovel pass and a nice move off the glass for Keon White. Has put the Warriors back up by 8 now. 4.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. There's a shot and a putback effort. Good by Caden Lowry. A fadeaway by Lowry, or excuse me, by Moore. Misses the mark. Now a loose ball being volleyed all the way around. Freddie Edwards gets a couple of points, and the Warriors' lead extends to 41-33. Decatur MacArthur trailing. They have the ball, and A.J. Lawson gets a charging foul. Here we go, back the other way. The Generals bring the ball up, or excuse me, the Warriors bring the ball up. Here is the Dane Moore, and he is fouled. Nope, they're not going to call a foul. We're going to get a timeout instead. 30-second timeout. 3:27 left to play here in this third quarter. Let's thank Prairie Farms. They are the reason we are here. 35th annual Collinsville Holiday Classic brought to you by farmer-owned and locally produced Prairie Farms. Prairie Farms is the official sponsor of this Collinsville Holiday Classic. They are supplying all athletes with chocolate milk after the game. You can get on the road to recovery with delicious Prairie Farms chocolate milk. For more information, you can check out the website at prairiefarms.com. .327 left to play here in this third quarter. I didn't even do the first half of this game, but this game seems like it's dragging. Is that right? No? All right. A little? I don't know. I was trying to get some food in my stomach. It's been a long day here, especially the start of this day. Had a couple of very long games, one because of an injury that took a long time, and the other because of an overtime. The only overtime game so far here was the game between Rockford East and East St. Louis. Flyers had a chance to win it before we went into overtime, but a missed free throw allowed the game to go into the extra frame. And East St. Louis could have won it with that one free throw, but they didn't. They go into overtime, and they end up losing by 6. MacArthur gets it over the timeline and up underneath the basket. There was a strong move there by Keon Jones. He bowled over Freddie Edwards, and Edwards didn't get the call he thought he was going to get. 41-35, Warriors with the lead. And now we get a foul. This one is going to go against well, I was waiting for that. Deion Jackson. Here's Zidane Moore. Also needed a break from these headphones, man. I've had these headphones on for about 10 hours yesterday and today. My ears are tender and sore. I know, I'm complaining. I'll stop. Here's a drive and now a loose ball all the way back to the scorer's bench, and that was saved by Edwards, who gets it to Talaferro, or excuse me, the other number 1, Christian Jones. And that was a nice save. 41-37. The Generals have climbed back to within 4 as we approach 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Around the near side, that is Woodland. Woodland bounces the ball into the lane, gets it back, and puts off three-pointer is good. 1-point game once again. Warriors up 41-40. Warriors, and a foul coming up. That's going to be either against Woodland, and it is Woodland, I was going to say, or number 3, Deion Jackson. They were both there. Kind of hard to see the fingers being held up by the referee all the way across the court. Couldn't tell whether it was a 2 or a 3. Inbound pass comes in from Freddie Edwards right in front of the Decatur bench. Back to Zidane Moore. He's double-teamed back in the backcourt. Needs to find a way out of it, and he does so by calling a timeout. So Granite City will use a timeout. This is going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here and tell you a little bit about some of our sponsors, as the Junior Service Club. They're one of our sponsors since 1934. That was a long time ago, kids. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville, since then, has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy in Collinsville. To check out any event or fundraiser coming up, sponsored by or ran by the Junior Service Club, just head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and they'll take you right there. Championship day tomorrow. Then yours truly will have some time off. Today's Friday. My next game is Thursday. Girls game at Belleville East, and then we'll do the same thing on the boys' side here on this gym floor. That'll be the first game for Collinsville outside of this tournament once the calendar flips to 2019. Got a couple of games coming up against Belleville West, too. Can't wait to see E.J. Liddell and company do what they do, and hope Collinsville can try to find some way to stop them, because that may be the only team preventing Collinsville from a deep run in the playoffs besides Collinsville. There's an outlet pass all the way up court for Keon Jones, and he's fouled on the way up. Basket wouldn't fall, but he will head to the free throw line for 2. This one's going to go against Zidane Moore. Moore will pick up his second, third team foul for the Warriors, and to the free throw line, Keon Jones. In the Collinsville game, Jones went 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. Jones hits this one. A crowd emptied out here rather quickly after that Collinsville game ended. We are down to, I don't know, maybe 100 people by now. And this place was packed with about 1,000 earlier. It'll be even more so tomorrow for the championship game at 7:30 between the host Kahoks and the defending champion Southeast out of Springfield. Whistle on the play as the play comes down here to this end. Deion Jackson picks up his second, team 5th for the Generals. Inbound pass coming in underneath the basket by Zidane Moore. He does so, and right off the glass on the streaking play was Justin Wiley. Wiley gets his team a 1-point lead. Warriors up 43-42, final 45 seconds here in this third quarter. Here is Jackson over into the corner now for Matthews. Matthews gives to Lowry, and Lowry sets it in for 2 points. Warriors now trail by 1. They bring the ball up. Here is Jerry Watson. Watson gets the ball out to the top of the key. Now over to Moore. Back over this way to Watson. Inside, and a turnaround shot by Keon White. Gives his team back a 1-point lead. 10 seconds left. Decatur MacArthur trying to play for the final shot here. 6 seconds on the wing. Moving it up and in. Woodland, no good. Rebound put back up by Woodland, and right at the buzzer, the Generals take a 1-point lead, 46-45. Fourth quarter action will be coming your way here in just a little bit on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, about ready to start the fourth quarter of the final game of the night. Here between Decatur MacArthur and Granite City. Over in the auxiliary gym, Madison and Hansberry finishing up their game. At last check, Madison was up almost, actually a little bit more than doubled up Hansberry. Here's Zidane Moore, going to get caught in the corner again. Zidane Moore calls a timeout, and Coach Moore did not like that. So Granite City gets another 60-second timeout because I believe they were out of 30-second timeout, so that would be the reason why there. Granite City, Gerard Moore is their head coach. He's into his second year. Excuse me. Granite City, they've been playing boys basketball since 1910 as Granite City. Took third place in the 1910-1911 season, and again in the 1911-1912 season. They have no records and no coaches listed for those two championships or two third place finishes, but they do have them listed on the IHSA website. No coaches listed from 1910 to 1934 either. 1934 to 1940, Byron Bozarth coached the team for 6 years, and he coached them to a state championship in his last year, 1940, when he went 29-5 with his team. 5 coaches then from 1940 to 47, and none of them came up with any postseason hardware, and then they rehired Bozarth again from 48 to 53, and he didn't pick up any more hardware as well. Carl Lehman was the head football coach between 2010 and 2018, but he was also the basketball coach for 8 years, 2000 to 2008, won a regional championship in 2002. And now they're under their current coach, that after Steve Rustio. The Generals up by 1 with the ball. Number 1 against number 1 there, and number 1 for Granite City almost got a foul as he tried to poke the ball away from Talaferro. Talking about Christian Jones for Granite City. Talaferro over his head and to the top of the key. That is Lowry. One arm pass, and now a timeout on the floor. Called by the Generals. Granite City. After Rustio went 68 and 149, Rafi Caribbean then coached the team for 1 year. And that was the 2016-17 season. And Caribbean only lasted 1 year for a good reason. His team went 1-23 that year. That's when they hired Moore. Not a great year last year either for Granite City and their new head coach that year, as they went 9-19, but Granite City came into this contest with a record of 6-3. They are now 7-5 after their loss earlier to Lincoln. Still a 1-point game, 46-45. Here's Granite City. They bring the ball up and get it to Keon White. White dumps it off in the lane. Back out to Zidane Moore. Zidane drives, shoots, and does not score, but he will head to the free throw line. Caden Lowry picks up his third, sixth team foul for Decatur MacArthur. Only 3 fouls on the board for the Warriors, so they will have some fouls to play with later on because this game is tight right now. Still a 1-point lead for the Generals. And Zidane Moore getting ready to go to the free throw line. Cross-court discussion going on between the referee and the Decatur MacArthur head coach. Not Skywalker, Skylar Walker. Moore at the free throw line. Good on the first one. Ron Ingram, the coach of Decatur MacArthur. Moore at the free throw line. Gives his team a 1-point lead. So we exchange 1-point leads. MacArthur brings the ball up on the near side wing. Jones back out to the top of the key for Matthews. A 3-point shot coming from the corner for Talaferro. No good. Rebound. Jones tried to put it back up and in, but he was fouled. That's going to go against Freddie Edwards. Edwards will pick up his team's 4th foul, his 2nd. Keon Jones at the free throw line, ready to take a couple of shots. Nope, go good. Thought it was going to pop straight up and go in, but it did not. Here is James Grody coming back into the game for Granite City. He's out there for a rebound in case Keon Jones misses this shot. And he does not. Grody gets it into the hands of Moore, and Moore continues to be double-teamed back here on this near sideline in that far corner. This foul is going to go against Keon Jones. Seventh team foul for the Generals will put Moore on the free throw line. 47-47 is this game. And that shot's good. Bonus shot coming up. Moore just gave his team back the 1-point lead, trying to make it 2. He does. Keon Young, excuse me, brings the ball up. Kick back out, 3-point shot on the way. Jackson, that does not hit the mark, but Young is there with the rebound. Back out front we go for Jackson. Back to Young. He drives baseline, loses control of the ball. It's picked up by Talaferro. Talaferro's off-balance circus shot wouldn't fall in, and he will try the more conventional way of getting a point at the free throw line. 2 shots coming up for Talifero. First one through. Caden Lowry checks back into the game for the Generals. Talifero ready with his next, excuse me. That misses the mark, and therefore we have still a 1-point lead by Granite City. Turnover. Underneath, Talifero off the glass, and he will go back to the free throw line. Warriors will pick up their 6th foul. That's going to go against Tippett. And Talifero, who just hit 1 of 2, is back up there, taking 2. First one, no good. Next shot for Talifero. Good. We're tied at 49. Here comes Devontae Mason into the lane, takes the shot, and another foul. This is a whistle fest. Generals have 8 fouls. Warriors have 6. Up to the free throw line. A shot made by Mason. Next shot on the way, and that one's good. (51-49), Warriors with the lead. Here is Young, gets it inside now for Lowry, and Lowry loses the handle. Grody finds it, and a loose ball being brought forward here by Devontae Mason. He skips it up the line to Zane Moore. Cross-court pass, now into the corner for Tippett. Tippett has it on the wing. Back out here to the left side. That is Mason. Mason reverses direction. Brings it back around top of the key, and now we have a 5-second violation. Yeah, it is. 4:50 left to play here in this quarter. Outside, Lowry into Talifero, and oh, wow, I don't even know how he did that. Looked like he was about ready to throw that ball away, and in midair, he finds a way to make the basket. We're tied at 51. Here comes Christian Jones. He's double teamed in the corner. He gets the ball out to Mason. Mason skirts the free or the midcourt stripe. And a whistle. And a foul. Keon Jones picks up his 4th. .425 left on the clock here in this 4th quarter. Devontae Mason back at the free throw line. First shot, good. Mason back to the free throw line with all of his teammates behind him in the backcourt. He's good on both. Lowry brings the ball up. Almost caught Devon Jackson by surprise there with that pass. Back out to the top now for Woodland. Over to the wing. Over to number 5, into the corner number 1. That's Talifero. His 3-point shot skips across the rim. And the other number 1, Kristen Jones for Granite City, grabs the ball, gives to Grody. Grody gives to Mason. Moore drives away from the Granite City bench, and a whistle will put him back to the free throw line. Matthews picks up his third. Team 10th. Double bonus from here on out for Granite City. First one good for Zidane Moore. Moore ready to launch his second one. He does. It's through. And it is a 4-point lead for the Warriors, 55-51. 3:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter. A dribble drive by Matthews and a turnover back into Moore's hands. He dumps it off underneath for Jones. That ball doesn't make it. Rebound belongs to Decatur MacArthur, and here comes Talifero. He's fouled by Grody. Talifero at the line for a couple of free throws. First one, good. Talifero, one more shot coming his way. And that one's good. Back to a 2-point affair. 55-53. Granite City with the lead and the ball, and that is off of the shoe of Moore. Picked up by Jones. He'll take it all the way, and he'll be fouled. And we'll head back to the line for 2. Probably. Talifero. Thank you. Misses, or makes the first one, excuse me. Keon Jones ready for another one. This one could tie it again. And it does. Grody inbounds to Devontae Mason. Mason gets across the line and falls. The ball picked up and then knocked out of bounds by Lowry. So the Warriors will get the ball back. Freddie Edwards will inbound near midcourt. Does so and almost turns the ball over, but Moore picks it up and brings it up. Pass back out to midcourt, and a push from behind called against Caden Lowry. Fourth personal foul for Lowry. Granite City's been in double bonus territory for a few minutes now. First shot on the way, rolls across the rim from Kristen Jones. Next shot, good. That breaks the tie, 56-55. Granite City up by 1. Here is Woodland. Out onto the wing for Talifero. He comes into the perimeter and then throws it back out to Young. And now a 3-point shot on the way. That one skips across the rim from Woodland. 2.5 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. And I believe that Mason just stepped out of bounds with the ball. He did, right in front of the Decatur bench. Inbound pass comes in, and Young out front, top of the key, far side wing now for Jackson. Jackson gives it right back to Woodland. And then back and forth, they'll play catch. 1 point lead for Granite City. 3-point shot. Oh, that was a big one. Talaferro gives his team back the lead. 2 points. Here is Zidane Moore. He will try to get it right back, but that one bounces off the inside of the rim and right back out. Talaferro brings it up for the Generals on the right wing, and now gives it up for Woodland. Woodland back to Talaferro. 1:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Lowry over onto the far side wing for Jackson. And Zidane Moore picks up a foul. That is going to be his third. And that's the 9th team foul. So Deion Jackson at the free throw line. Deion Jackson shoots and misses. Hits the front of the rim. Saved by going out of bounds from Woodland, and that was a good save. And now back out to the midcourt stripe. That is number 12, Keon Jones. Jones gets it to Talaferro. Talaferro has that ball smacked away from him by Zidane Moore, and it goes right into his teammate's hands. That is Justin Wiley, and now back down this end for Christian Jones. Jones at the midcourt stripe for Zidane Moore. Under a minute to go. Generals up by 2, and he floats through the lane. Oh, the ball wouldn't fall. Rolled all the way around the rim for Zidane Moore. Talaferro picks up his foul, and that will send Zidane Moore to the free throw line for 2 shots with a chance to tie. At the free throw line, Zidane Moore. Moore's shot, good. Tippett comes back in for Granite City, and Zidane Moore has one more shot coming his way with a chance to tie. It's on the way, good. 58-58. 50 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. Here is Deion Jackson across the timeline to Young. Make that Jones. I don't know why I keep calling him Young. We probably have a couple of Youngs out here on the floor at some point in this tournament with the number 12, and that's why I'm doing it. Looks like the Generals would like to play for the final shot and try to take this victory, but first, a timeout called. Let's go ahead and take a timeout as well. Back in just a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
Back here live at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 31.7 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter of a tied game, 58-58. Decatur MacArthur bringing the ball up, and they are going to play for the last shot, see if they can play for the win. Here is Deion Jackson. Jackson will dribble it out toward the midcourt circle and give it up to Jones. Jones with 10 seconds left. Looking for some room, nowhere to move. Stays to the outside. Jones makes his move, dumps it off, and a shot that is not going to make it. And guess what, folks? We're going to overtime. Nope, no foul. 58 going to a 4-minute overtime. Just what we needed at the end of the night here after being here since 8 o'clock this morning. Suffering through one overtime game and one very long game to start this second day off with. And we'll all get through this, I promise you. We're going to take a break. Be back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
Just found out that there is a running clock over in the auxiliary gym as Madison and Hansberry Prep out of Chicago finish up over on the auxiliary side of things in the consolation bracket. And Madison will move on and face Decatur Eisenhower tomorrow at 1:30 over in the auxiliary gym. According to our expert statistician scorekeeper over here, each team has 2 timeouts left. Overtime getting underway, and a tip-off is won by Granite City. Here is the Dane Moore. Turns around, takes a shot off the glass, no good. And the rebound for Lowry, and then Lowry is shoved aside. That is against Justin Wiley. That's the 10th team foul for the Warriors, so each team now at the free throw line, shooting 2, except that was a offensive foul, so no free throw shooters, or do we have one? Yeah. Warriors had the ball down here at this end, trying to shoot a basket, and the foul called on Wiley. So, yeah, they were on offense. What are we discussing? We need to make this night even longer? What are they trying to figure out where to inbound this ball? Ryan Bartley checks into the game now for the Generals. I don't know. I don't have any idea why we're having a free throw shooter. That was an offensive foul. Are we getting any complaints at all from Granite City's bench? Well, it could have been a rebound foul. At that point, it wouldn't be offensive. So Ryan Bartley has to come in and take the free throw shots because Lowry, I guess, had some blood on him and had to go over and see Amanda Bauer and get that taken care of. So instead of prolonging things, they brought Kobe Berry in to take the free throw shots. He hits the first one, and he'll hit the second one. 2-point lead for the Generals, 60-58. Here comes the Dane Moore. Moore circles all the way around at the free throw line, gives to Grody. Now over onto the far side, and he'll give it up for Wiley. Back out to Moore. Moore over this way to Mason. Mason gets triple teamed. Got to be somebody open with a black jersey on, right? Grody, cross court to Moore. He'll launch a 3-point shot, It's a little bit short. Matthews comes up with the rebound. Here is Keon Jones. Jones to Talifero. Back to Jones. Matthews, Talifero, Jones. Back out to the top of the key for Barry. Over on the far side wing now, that is Woodland. Woodland gets it back over this way. That is Matthews. Barry. Woodland dribbles and does not penetrate the perimeter. Instead comes back out, takes the pass. Over on to the right wing, and now we're going to have a timeout called. Timeout on the floor. We will step aside here for just a moment as well, and back with some more overtime action on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you. Overtime here in this final game of the night. 2:36 left to play in the overtime period. Generals have a 2-point lead. I'm going to tell you right now, if it goes to do a double overtime, I'm out of here. I'm going home and going to sleep. No, I wouldn't do that to you. I can't go anywhere anyway. My car's in the shop. I'll pick it up tomorrow morning, so I have to wait for Chris Kettler to finish the scoring duties at the scoring table, so I might as well just stick around. What the hey. Woodland gets the ball back from Jones. Now up to Talifero. He moves in, banks it off the glass for 2. It's a 4-point lead now for the Generals with 2:10 left to play here in this overtime. Here is Justin Wiley. Gets the ball into the hands of Keon White. White from the corner drives, and the fingertip rolls right in the front of the rim. Back to a 2-point affair. Pass comes all the way down, and Zidane Moore knocks it out of bounds and then almost runs into the table where all the trophies are sitting. That wouldn't have been good. We would have had like 6 basketballs rolling all over the place. One of them's gold, one of them's silver, and one of them's bronze. The other 3 look like basketballs. That would be the, I believe, the 7th, 5th, and consolation trophies. I don't think there is either. Is there 3 of those trophies over there or just 2? Right, that's the gold, silver, and bronze. 4th place, 5th, and consolation. That's right. Here comes Keon White off the glass, and what do you know? We are tied once again. 1:35 left to play here in this first overtime, and we're down to the final 85 seconds. Lowry with it in front of his bench, has it popped out of his hand. No call on the play. Here comes Granite City trying to take the lead, and they do. Count the bucket and the bruise. Going to have a blocking foul called against Deion Jackson. And the Warriors up by 2. Will try to make it 3 here. That foul is against Wiley to the free throw line. Oh, excuse me. That foul is against Deion Jackson. And to the free throw line, it is Tippett. Tippett. Yeah, nope, didn't do it. Final from the auxiliary gym. Madison beats Hansberry Prep 88-37. So Madison will take on Decatur Eisenhower tomorrow at 1:30. And the noon game in the auxiliary gym will feature Oakville taking on Hansberry. Here's a turnover. And the Warriors bring it back up, leading by 2. Over on the far side wing, that's Mason. He drives under the baseline, and then we have a whistle on the play. As we have a timeout called by Granite City. I believe each team has one left. 57.3 seconds left here on the clock. Prairie Farms, they're the reason we're here. Let's thank them one more time. Are you looking to support a local charity and you want to give back to what moves you? You can check out the Prairie Farms Our Caps Your Cause program, where over $150,000 has already been donated to local charities. Save your gallon or half-gallon milk caps, and then you can learn more by visiting prairiefarms.com/OurCapsYourCause. More information, I'm sure, can be found on the Prairie Farms website. That is prairiefarms.com. Well, the game in the auxiliary gym is over, so this is the final game of the night. We're in overtime. 57.3 seconds left to play. 64-62. That's the score we have, as the Warriors have the 2-point lead over the Generals of Decatur MacArthur High School out of Decatur. Both of their high schools named after prominent generals in U.S. history, Eisenhower and MacArthur. Of course, Eisenhower went on to become president. And they're called the Panthers. Inbound pass comes in, and a shot doesn't make it. Rebound being tipped around, and it is picked up by Mason. Mason gets stuck with it over there on the far side sideline, and another timeout by Granite City. That'll be their last one. Warriors lead 64-62. 45.6 seconds left to play. And this is a 60-second timeout, so we'll step aside for 60 seconds as well. Back in a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 45 seconds left to play here in this first overtime. 64-62. Granite City with the lead. Warriors have the ball. All the way out front, it comes to Mason, and then Mason gets it back to Zidane Moore. Moore gets it up to his teammate. Now a cross-court pass, tipped out of bounds by Tippett. 30 seconds left, and a chance for the Generals to come down and tie it up. They had a chance to win it, did the Generals. They had 30 seconds with the ball and decided to just chew up all the time back at the mid-court stripe instead of, trying to penetrate the perimeter and maybe get a foul called against you and win the game on the free throw line. And now, Generals will use their final timeout. They want to talk about things on offense, and that is another 60-second timeout. So, again, we will step aside. Back in a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman along with you. We are ready to go home. It's 11:15. We've been here since 8 o'clock this morning, and I don't want to see another overtime. So let's either see the Generals hit a three-pointer or hit nothing at all. And that's what I'm going to bank on here. Here is Matthews. He gets the ball into the hands of Jackson. And now Jones gives it back to Jackson. Jackson drives. And a ball out of bounds, going to belong to Granite City with 5.2 seconds left. And that might have just spelt doom for the Generals. They're going to have to foul as soon as the inbound pass is made. And then hope that Granite City misses their 2 free throws and a rebound will come back to get them. And it's exactly what they do. They foul Zidane Moore, and Moore will head to the free throw line with 4.2 seconds left on the game clock here in overtime. For Jackson, his 4th personal foul. Zidane Moore, if he hits both of them, this game will be over. Moore right now sitting at 15 points. First shot, good. It's a 3-point game. Next shot will seal it. Moore, not nervous at all or anything, is he? And he makes it. This game will be over in 4.2 seconds because the what?
That's a tech, he's out. Wait, that's a tech, he's out.
3.3 seconds left, and you're going to call a timeout? There is no way that you are going to score 2 baskets in 3.3 seconds. I don't know. Maybe they give them more timeouts in overtime. I thought they were out as well. And if you are out of timeouts and you call a timeout, that's a technical foul, but apparently they were not out of timeout, so our count was wrong. Hey, Coach Lee, you get more timeouts when you get to overtime? So you do get 1 extra timeout in overtime, so each team had 1 more, which means that that was the last timeout that the Generals could use, and Granite City probably has 1 more timeout, but why would they want to use it? 4.2 seconds. They put the extra time back on the clock instead of 3.3. Still, 4.2 seconds and 2 baskets. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. Here comes the pass at the midcourt stripe, and a shot and a prayer put up. That is no good. 66-62 is the final. This game finally ends with Granite City coming out on top by 4 points, and that means that Granite City will play East St. Louis tomorrow at 1:30, while Decatur MacArthur will move on to play Edwardsville at noon tomorrow in the auxiliary gym. No, that'll be a game that we'll have right here actually on the main floor. That'll be our first game of the day tomorrow. We're done. 66-62 is the score. Granite City wins, and we are going to go ahead and call it a night. That's what we're going to do. So we'll be back not bright and early tomorrow. First game is at noon. We get to sleep in and get a little bit of rest. So we thank you for everybody tuning in. Day number 1 and day number 2. It's been fun. It's been long, and it's time to go home. My name is Todd Duke for Zach Roseman. Have a good night.